We are ready to pick up where we left off yesterday with some Pillars of Eternity. This will be our third Pillars of Eternity stream. We've got a full party now. Whoa.
Cast light in dark.
You are kind of loud right now, Durance. We've got a full team finally and can actually start making choices on who gets to stay in the team and who doesn't. Where is it? Fighting Spirit. Bonus to accuracy, Holy Radiance, Second Wind. I was doing some reading on like the best ranged weapon type in the game, if there was one. And one of the things I read was that Durance, this guy, supposedly gets a plus 10 to his accuracy if he's using an arquebus. I'm not sure why that is. Maybe that's outdated information. I have no idea. But I was looking for a talent or something that might explain why somebody said that. Not seeing one. Yeah. Alright. So, yesterday we had just rested right here. Ready to step outside. We had just cleared the dungeon that was underneath this town right here. And yeah, ready to move on to the next area, I think. This party's doing okay so far. I'm not sold on keeping the cleric, honestly. We've got a lot of passive healing in the party with the multiple chanters. Oh, let's put fast mode on. There we go. Okay. What have we not finished? There was a few fights. Did we finish Black Meadow? Let's check. It'll only take a moment to go there. Because the load times are fantastic in this game. I can't... We've gone through like 5 wooded areas. I don't remember which one was Black and Meadow. So we'll load in here and look at the map and we'll be able to see if we did this or not. We did. We did finish this. Okay, cool. So, we got Caed Nua. We went to Wood End Plains. We were not able to finish it. We got Raedric's Hold, which is like a big dungeon thing that we haven't done yet. We can go to the bridge, which leads into town, or we can go to Stonewall Gorge. I think there's another party member that can join us if we go to one of these two places, maybe both. So let's go to Stormwall. Hey, Hurrytron, how's it going, my friend? Hope you had a sufferable Tuesday. Items like grappling hooks and hammer and chisel sets are always consumed when they're used in special interactions. Well, that makes no sense. Security reports that Bleak Hollow bandits will attack the stronghold in a few days. What? So, hold on. Quick save the game. I don't know what's going on here. So I can hit auto resolve or manual resolve. Let's hit manual. Oh, okay. So I've got to actually go over there.
Sure.
All right.
I'm on the trail.
Within 3 days, I have to go to Caed Nua to defend it from this bandit attack, I guess. That's interesting. Can't go there yet. Still can't.
I shall be quiet as a calm sea.
Ooh, Feral Druid?
Not very quiet.
Someone last night was telling us that Feral Druids were crazy tough. Hey, Chris J, how's it going? You guys both have new icons next to your names. Hold on. What is that? Cheer 1000, cheer... Oh, it's based on how much you've cheered. Okay. I feel like those are new. Are those new? On a scale of 0 to Kingmaker, how buggy is this game? 0. Alright, I might be about to get destroyed. I don't know what these guys can do to me.
Hey.
I don't know if they're gonna shoot lightning, or if they're gonna shapeshift, or what. Oh, that one just turned into some kind of chupacabra looking mother. This one just turned into a werebear? Okay, so these two guys shoot and do a ton of damage, and then they have really long reloads. They both just unloaded into this bear guy, and he's barely hurt. Barely hurt. Yeah, I might be about... And this guy appears to be shooting lightning. I think these druids are about to... Oh, God. Oh, my lord.
I'll get the next one.
There might be a reload in my near future, friends. Come on, Durance, come over here. Alright, cast the regeneration spell. Holy Radiance. I haven't even killed one of them yet. Oh, we killed one. We've officially killed one. Alright. Woo! Guys, I think I went to an area that was way too high a level for me. Hey, Rockin', how's it going? Why didn't Twitch tell me you were already streaming? I don't know. It's certainly supposed to if you followed. Or at least put me on your sidebar on the left-hand side. How do they expect you to internalize the plot without a 2-minute load screen? I don't know. Sure. I can't process all this story. Boom! That's a dead deer.
Light,
No XP though. Evening, Fallen Wizard. How you doing? Glad to have you back. Hope your Tuesday was sufferable. Hope your Wednesday will be good. We're not there yet. Okay, so nasty wild druids over there. What is this? The bright sun casts its light on a pattern in the ground. You kneel to get a better look. Salt, salt, salt. Yes, I'm salty about those damn druids. Druids kicking my ass. The stone here is carved with a few simple shapes. A small circular indentation marks the center, and a much larger circle surrounds it. You see what appears to be writing above the two circles. Examine the writing? The characters are completely foreign to you, no doubt the remnants of some long-forgotten language. Alright guys, check out this picture. We got a sun, a moon, I don't know. Look at the circular indentation. Shallow and smooth, it looks like it was intended to hold something specific. I love how the picture is completely matching what it's describing. Examine the outer circle. Several shapes have been carved along the outer ring. Most have been worn away. You can make out a crescent above the center. So the moon? Oh, are these like phases of the moon? Examine... Oh, wait a while? You wait for a few hours, marking the sun's journey across the sky. Okay, I'm guessing if I wait a really long period of time and the stars align just right, something is going to happen here. Those look like stairs. I bet the water level goes down and then you can go in there or something.
Margaren's fire casts light.
Yay, boobies! Tig old bitties. Oh, I think this is the druid guy that you can have join your party. Yep, that's him. Chewing on a piece of uncooked meat, a small Orlan dressed in tattered leathers offers a mumbled greeting and waves his hand. Despite his pleasant smile, the upper right portion of his face is in a sorry state. An eye patch stitched with a stylized eyeball. Look, there's like a Crayola-drawn eyeball there. Wraps around his head, and his ear is a mangled remnant that twitches and spasms while the other ear perks up as you approach. Next to him is the splayed carcass of a deer that appears ripped open by a bear or wolf. You hear a gurgling rumble next to you. Sagani places her hand on her stomach. Her eyes are on the carcass. Still fresh. Itumog's pink tongue lolls out of his mouth. She wants to eat that raw deer.
If this is your deer, you need a new game warden. Name's Haravius. Hungry? I can't eat all this. First catch of the day, help yourself.
You might want to cook that first.
And ruin the original texture? That's the best part! Just see for yourself.
Turning his attention to the corpse, he plunges his hands into the deer's vivisected abdomen.
Eat up!
After you. He tears off several inches of intestine with one ripping bite. He slowly chews, his eyes squinting at you.
So delicious. Now I know the deer had elderberries for its last meal.
Ew.
Are you sure you don't want to try some?
What killed the deer?
One ornery Stelgar. Though looking at the deer's insides, it had a malformed but delicious heart, and would have been dead within the year regardless.
I did, but Twitch just failed me. I'm fine. A bit much back pain, nothing unusual. Oh, sorry to hear that, man. My back is fine, but I do suffer from migraines from time to time. Typically, if I have a medical ailment, that's that. Catching up on how your run's been going, it's funny how you do many things in such a different order. Like, I didn't get the Stronghold before level 5 or so, but had dealt with Tyrant's Town Chief and the Temple Ruins at 3 to 4. Yeah, that's one of the cool things about these open games. It's like, there's nothing stopping me from going into a high-level area and then being like, whew, maybe I should not be here yet. Hey Zurins, good to see you, good to see you. Yeah, so far there was a pack of lions that kicked my booty, I had to leave. I just ran into a bunch of ornery druids that destroyed me with lightning.
Gallowayne chose a fitting end for this fine animal. Pardon me, I shouldn't pray with my mouth full.
What brings you here?
Other than the delicious venison, new trees to document, new animals to sketch, new sights to be seen. I've learned as much as I can from the druids of my circle. I'd rather wander and learn than take root and stagnate. So if you're traveling to Deerwood and need another set of hands, I'd welcome the safety of a group.
Go on.
I'm trained by the celebrants of Hawk and Ivy of the Fisher Crane tribe. I know more than my share of nature magic, and, well, I don't shy away from a good fight. I have business with the druids that live near Twin Elms. So long as we find ourselves there eventually, I'm happy to follow along.
Alright. You're welcome to join
Splendid.
us.
It'll be an honor to run with a pack for a change.
Alright, I'm gonna try him
You
out
walk your
for
path, I'll walk mine.
a little while instead of the healer. Alright, let's take a look at what he's got. So he's got a bunch of spells here. Nature's Mark, Nature's Vigor, Sunbeam, Talon's Reach. Talon's Reach? Insect Swarm! Infestation of Maggots. And once per encounter, he can shapeshift into a Stalgar for 18 seconds. Alright. What's his AI? Let's do aggressive and... Let's do support spells and see what he does with that. See how he behaves. Let's see. Oh gosh, what is going on? The whole interface changed. Alright. We'll have him start in the back, and that way the tanks get aggro first. That's my hope.
Quiet.
Okay. What is down here? Down the road here. Water. Does this just go down to... Can't go in there. Wonder if we're going to get a boat later or something.
I'll take a peek.
Alright, the only fight we encountered on this map was those druids up there, and they riggedy-wrecked me. It was real bad. Okay, there's Direwood Village. I'm pretty sure the farthest I got in my time dabbling in this game in the past was just past Direwood Village, and I'm pretty sure you get the Cipher over there, which I want. Cipher can mind control targets and stuff like that. Is there any other monsters on this map other than those druids that wrecked me? Let's do a quick save. Oh, an elder lion. Oh, shoot.
Yeah.
This is a lot of crap. Dang it. Oh, man. I think we're going to be reloading. That is so many lions. Yeah, alright, alright. Okay, let's see if we can get the other party member. As it seems like this whole level is just like at least one, maybe 2 or 3 levels higher than what I am right now for these encounters. Definitely need a little more XP under my belt.
Got it.
Alright, let's try out Direford and see what's over there. Oh, and I need to go back to Caed Nua within 3 days, because it's going to get attacked. can change the portraits of your main character and adventurers through the current portrait. Wait, you can? That's behavior. Oh, what? You can just change this at any time? Hey, look, I got a haircut. I'm an ogre now. Oh, that's interesting.
Sure.
Adair, you have said you fought in the Saints' War, but for which side?
The one that blew up my god.
I didn't mean anything by it. I imagine a man with a head made of fire and light would be very convincing.
Funny thing about Dear Woodens. With all that fire and light, they just treated him like another authority figure.
Okay. Alright, we got 60 XP for discovering this village. Let's quick save and see what's going on.
Hey.
Well, only one of you has a name tag. An elf idles by the road, watching the village across the river. He nods as you approach, and the cowled figure standing near him falls silent.
Welcome.
Greetings, Blazes. You've just come from the village, have you? How bad was it? What? I haven't been in the village. How bad was what? There's a murderer on the loose, said to have gone mad with grief and strangled a dozen healthy children when her own was hollowborn. He nods at the figures with him. We've come all the way from Defiance Bay to bring her to justice. She's here? She's hiding out in the village. We'd go in after her ourselves, but the problem is she knows our faces. There's no telling what she'd do if she saw us coming, and we'd like to avoid any further unnecessary bloodshed. Her name's Nifri. She's an Orlan. We wanted to get her out of town so that we can deal with her cleanly. She knows we're looking for her, but if someone were to convince her that it's safe to leave... Intellect. If she's a mass murderer, why didn't the Duke send the Crucible Knights after her? Perception. A look of distaste flickers across his face. It's quick, but you catch it. The powers that be wanted to keep things quiet. For obvious reasons, better not to cause a fuss, and certainly better not to startle her into doing something drastic. I feel like you're lying. I'm not so sure about this. A mad woman like that is everybody's problem, friend. Just keep an eye out. If you come across her, remember what I told you. I promise I'll make it worth your while. Alright, walk away. Hey there, folks. Going good, Ghost. How you doing? We are just pillaring some eternity, if that's a verb.
Let's see what lies this way.
Anything over here about
Isn't
the...
this something?
Whoa! What? Nice. Oh, free grappling hook. Heck yeah. Alright, alright. Oh, this is going to be kind of confusing. The whole map just opened up. Piglets. Rumbald. What's up, Rumbald? Gallowayne slobbering beast, blazing bloody effigy, thrice damned salty wench and her soggy. What's wrong? That monster stole my pigs, traipsed into the village, tore down my pen, and made off with the whole damn herd. Just left a few little runts. What am I supposed to do with them? What are you talking about? An ogre moved into the area not long ago. Folk had been seeing glimpses and tracks out in the woods, but it seems to be staying away from town, or so we all thought until it made off with my pigs. Now everyone's afraid it's going to develop a taste for kith, if it hasn't already. Did you see the ogre take your pigs? What else could have destroyed my pen and made off with my herd, and at the same time the rest of the village is seeing a 10-foot monster in the forest? I know it's too late to get my pigs back, but it set my mind at ease to see that thing's head shorn from its neck. In fact, you bring its ugly pate to me, and I'll trade you for something that's of less use to a farmer like me than to a rowdy-looking sort like yourself. I'll see what I... Oh, wait. I've been sent to find an Orla named Nifre. Do you know where she is? Never heard of her. Alright. Leave. Kill an ogre quest. Good, good. Why is there never the option to say something completely out of context just to see the reaction? That's my favorite thing to do in real life when I can talk face-to-face. I'm imagine Rock and Bort in the bank, and they're like, alright, just sign here, here, and here to deposit your check, and he's like, penis. Penis? He's just staring at him, they're like, I'm very uncomfortable, sir, please stop. I think that makes you neutral chaotic, Rockin'.
Quickly and quietly. Isn't this something?
Oh, what's that? Hey, we found a peridot in the grain. Alright, so it's stealing to touch any of that stuff. Druids have a wide... Oh, I love it when loading screens are so fast you can't read the stuff.
Quickly and quietly.
I stole the vegetables! Oh, don't tell the fuzz! What's this? Druck again in.
Laying low.
Laying low. I think that's the cipher, Grieving Mother. That was about the furthest I got. Maybe that's why I always end up being neutral chaotic in D&D. Truly? Man, if you're telling the truth, then I freaking called it. Arms and armory. Oh, wait, what's this? Oh, there's a person there. Can't rob that right now. Got some brandy, I think that was. You're the kind of person that eventually makes the dungeon master just like... like trying to keep it together. Because you just keep derailing the story. Alright. The woman looks briefly through you. The middle-aged peasant woman is dressed in a brown leather cloth draped down to her knees. Look at this. Her hands are working at separating stringy, colorless vegetables in a pile before her, stripping the heads off of the long fibrous stems with a paring knife. Excuse me. She discards the stems one by one, placing the heads of the vegetables into a small cradle-like basket in front of her. She doesn't greet you as you approach. You're not sure she even knows you're there. Excuse me? The woman doesn't respond. She keeps stripping the heads from the vegetables with a steady rhythm. She may be deaf. There's no indication she heard you. Study the woman. At first glance, she seems nothing more than a middle-aged woman, unremarkable, maybe less stern than most, who seems more focused on the weaving in her lap than her surroundings. Yet you suddenly notice she's not stripping the vegetables before her any longer. She's weaving, and the vegetable pots are now missing. She still pays you no mind, her brown locks torn and snagged from lack of washing, like many of the townsfolk you've seen, but there's a strange blur to her. Even the motions of her hands seem to be playing with threads that lack color in a shape that lacks interest. It may be that she is half-minded or deaf, but something feels wrong. As you watch, her knitting takes on an odd cadence, and you have a terrible suspicion something lurks beneath what your eyes are showing you. Focus! Her brown hair is long, almost impossibly to the length of her hands. As you follow the streams of her locks downwards, the hairs become long and black, splitting off into the threads of black and silver and wrapping around her hands. She's forming a soul cradle with the threads, braiding a net in front of you, each finger long and sharp like a series of knitting needles, almost hypnotic. The silver and black threads of her hair weave together with silver predominating as a highlight, the black shadowing it. Suddenly, you are calm. You're on a plateau, almost the height of a tower several stories high. The plateau is like a table laying beneath a clear sky, and beneath the plateau, surrounding it in all directions, a forest hazy with mist, although whether it is actual mist or distance or recollection. Resting in the curve of a natural arc above you is a great copper bell, half again the size of a man, hanging at attention as if looking down on you and the event unfolding before you. The plateau has soaked in the sun, and the rock beneath you is rough and warm. The sky forms a cradle around you. You feel different. Not disembodied, but you feel your body. Your physical contours have changed along with the surroundings. And you hear a soft series of chimes, like wind chimes. At the sound, the scene gains color and texture, as if the sound is beckoning you gently forth, filling your senses and thoughts like mist roiling softly into a sealed chamber, and... focus on the chimes. The chimes coaxes you deeper into the memory, and you're certain it is a memory, a warm one. You're on the stone of the plateau, and your knees are the warm texture of the ground, silver, white, shimmering like adra. The plateau is formed of it, glistening in the sun. You can feel the heat on your skin, your wrists, your hands are in motion. Weaving, not thread, but gathering tenderly, moving along the first movements of Bareth's wheels. Your hands are wet, your hands are upon the flesh of a newborn child, and you can feel the crowning of a tiny head turning in your grip, its head slick, wet from the womb. The hands you are wearing and inhabiting have done this many times. They are practiced and confident. You can feel the distant pains in your own head as the head emerges, a stream of fluid from the womb helping the newborn slide forth, and a woman's labored breathing, crying out. Focus on the child, the movement of your hands. As your hands move, you hear the sound of chimes, clear, cutting through the haze of memory. You cannot see where they are coming from, but they are close and they are meant as a comfort, of that you are certain. Draw the child forth. And coaxed by your hands, every movement causes the chimes to sound again. Almost eagerly, the child comes forth, and as it does, your hands are in motion, weaving, moving along the length of a soft, wet rope. No, an umbilical cord from the legs of the naked woman before you. You're holding a small child, still wet from the womb before you. The child cries out, its cry full of life, full of soul, the ringing of chimes echoing in its thoughts, filling it with its welcome. The soul is blurred at the edges as if you are viewing the soul from within a soul, but it is there, it is alive. The woman before you is weeping, and at her first cry, her hands reach out for it. Surrender the child. You surrender the child to her, something you have done many times before, and as your hands move, the chimes echo the movement. You realize the chimes are hanging from cords on your wrists. Where they once echoed in the memory, they are now echoing in the child's mind as well. The chimes are intended to welcome the child, to be its first gentle greeting into the world, a soothing sound guided by the tender motions of your wrists. You're helping to weave its thoughts, perceptions, and the experience. The woman laughs with a ragged joy, laughing from a parched throat. Her emotion seems soothed, but the physical demands of labor have left her exhausted. But the child is here, the child is safe, and all atop the plateau is peaceful, calm, distant, flattening out as the memory persists. Slowly pull back and retreat from the memory. So this woman is a, oh, what is it called? I know there's a term for it, but I can't think of it right now. Someone who helps women in labor over and over and over. Midwife! Thank you, Zurin. Yes, so she was like a midwife, it sounds like. Usually I am the person who convinces a group to plot something DM never even thought about, and then likes the idea of all the things that could happen because of different points of view and the things happening in the group. Rebel with a cause. With effort, the scene bleeds of color, and your mind becomes your own again. There's no pull, no anchor, yet the sound of the chimes remains as if they existed in the memory. The sound here as well. They are hanging from woven braids on the wrists of the woman before you. Even as your head is spinning from the touch of her mind, the sound of the chimes on her wrists is sharp and clear, as if coaxing you back to the real world. The woman still sits before you, but she is nothing like what you first saw. She's wearing black, shredded garments that drape over her form like streamers. Her hair is streaks of black that run through with silver. Her age is almost impossible to tell. She simply feels old, like a crumpled watchtower. As she lifts her head to face you, you see that her hair is draped across the front of her face like a veil. What you first saw of her was a mental glamour of some sort, unconscious, and you realize what you see is not what the world sees, and you're perhaps the first to see her true self. Still, you don't sense a threat in the realization. If anything, you feel a sense of relief from the figure. You can hear her thoughts, and she is glad to at last be seen. Who are you?
I am seen, but the eyes of others do not remember. You were the first to see me as I am, the call stripped aside.
A light touches your mind, a caress, and her left hand mirrors the motion of the touch, reaching up to the air between you. You hear the chime on her wrist sound softly. Her hand moves as if pantomiming, resting on your cheek at a distance, and she speaks softly and slowly.
Your memories. A cadence of wheels on a caravan track. Fever. Questions by running water. Violence in a night's campfire. Arrows in the dark. And fleeing.
Oh, this is the beginning.
Falling rock and cracking stone, and a storm.
She's describing the newbie zone.
The storm that brushed you. Did its screaming wake you from your mind's cradle? Your memory of it is painful. Its cry is difficult to ignore. It's like a child. Many children crying out.
I encountered a biowac. Yes, it did something to me. Her hand withdraws shyly, the chimes sounding softly once again. The woman stands uncertainly as if she had been sitting for some time or is too weak to bear her own weight. You notice her cheekbones are tight, face gaunt, yet while her stance is weak, she seems determined to stand before you.
You are able to see me.
You suddenly realize she doesn't seem to know what you saw when you looked at her. The image on the plateau, yet the image was so clear, so sharp, you're surprised she didn't feel you there.
To see me is a rare gift. A watcher's gift.
How was I able to enter your dream?
So many questions, thoughts, whirling like storm winds. That storm still roars through you, deep beneath your thoughts, yet muted and secret. like an underground. The fact that you could hear it at all, survive it, is something few have ever done.
There's silence, although it seems to last for but a heartbeat. In your thoughts, it stretches out between the two of you like a pull between your minds. You blink, take a breath, and then you realize she wants to ask you a question, yet cannot form the words, as if assembling them is painful, or there's simply not enough pieces. Do you wish to travel with me? You feel a wave of fear, gusted with the strength of relief, although oddly, her expression does not change. Then fear dissipates, and you feel strength and certainty, as if the plateau from her memory lies beneath you, and a calm sky looks down upon you. Okay.
May Wal watch your step.
Let's try out having the Cypher in the party. Alright, so here's